Mercedes has just unveiled the EQT Concept, which is their latest addition to the all-electric lineup called the EQ lineup. And I have to say, this is a very interesting design. I really like this design. And in this video, we're going to talk about just that, the design. There haven't been a lot of info about the spec and tech so far on this van here. So we're going to focus on the design. I'm going to compare it to the EQS and tell you why I think this is such a better looking car than the EQS. So here it is in front view. Of course, we have the 21-inch wheels right here, and we have the typical EQ front graphic. And the proportions of the car is kind of similar to the rest of the, I mean the graphics of the rest of the car is similar to the EQ concepts that we've seen before from Mercedes. One thing that I want to mention here though, that when I first saw this, which was just about an hour ago or so, I thought that it was a Kia, and I'm gonna show you exactly why I thought this was a Kia. I'm gonna do a little bit of a experiment here to show you exactly what I mean. So imagine if we take this front end, because right now Mercedes, what they're doing is they're working with the graphics of the car. They're pushing hard on this front end graphics that we have on the EQS, and we also have it right here on the EQT. It's going to be their signature front end when you look at an all-electric Mercedes. Is this front end here is pretty much the same across the board. But what if we take this front end and what if we just remove the front end like this and look at the rest of the car? Look at the graphics all over the car. If without this front, without the main graphics, which is the front end, and all of a sudden it becomes a very anonymous looking car. And the reason I thought this was a Kia is because the side window and the graphics around the side, the trim pieces around the side really looks like the Kia Telluride. So if you take a look at the Kia Telluride, you see that it has these chrome pieces right here that kind of frames the side window. It has it, I think it has it on the bottom here. It doesn't have it on the top. But it's almost exactly the same style like we have here on this Mercedes. And also, you also have the same little angle in the rear here to finish this this piece off. In the end, it goes up a little bit like this. And this piece looks almost identical to Kia. So I thought this was like a new, maybe a new electric Carnival or something like that. You never know, and that could be the problem with what we've been talking about before here on the channel, is that a lot of companies now, Hyundai specifically and Mercedes too with the EQ, they're focusing now 100% on the graphic features of the car, and this is definitely no different. It looks great. It's a good-looking minivan, and I love this almost to the same level I love the Hyundai Staria concept. I think the Staria is still pushing a little more futuristic designs than the EQT here, but it's definitely a more, the proportions feel more natural here in a van form in the EQT than it does on the EQS, for example. I'm going to show you why right now. So here we have, I want to just quickly show you the rear view of the EQT right here as well. It's a beautiful, clean design. Simple proportions. You have simple curvatures all over this car right here. No sharp creases or nothing. It's a very fluid, organic shape. And on top of that, onto those shapes, you have the simple graphics that we're getting used to seeing from a lot of different car companies right now. So look at the rear styling here. And what I like about the EQT more than the EQS, let's see if we have the rear of the EQS right here. I talked about this in a different video, and I said that the shape or the graphic outline of the taillight, it looks a bit undefined. And what I mean by that is you have this curvature here. So this is an undefined curvature. It doesn't have any. You don't know if it's supposed to be a curvature right here or not, because it clashes with the 100% horizontal taillight or light bar that goes in the taillight. And then you have the corner of this dip being right here and doesn't really connect to any graphic features inside of this piece right here. So it's kind of like a too fluid of a graphic design feature, the taillights on the EQS. And on top of that, when you look at the proportions of the EQS, you can see that in order to make an electric sedan based on or the S-class of an electric sedan, it's going to you're gonna have to change the proportions of the car. I talked about this in detail in the EQS video if you want to go and check it out and see exactly everything I said about the EQS. But in order to make it into a sedan, it's going to not look like a sedan anymore, because you want to take advantage of the base here, which is the platform. You have a platform of batteries underneath here, and on top of this you can build whatever you like, because you don't have an engine, you don't have a transmission right here, which means you get a lot more space. You can see that the EQS has taken advantage of this by moving the A-pillars all the way to this point right here, almost right above the front axle, which is crazy to have in a large luxury sedan. And if you look at a traditional luxury big sedan, you have the A-pillar going somewhere around here, so it stops and dips somewhere around here, but now it's moved forward all the way to this point right here. Same with the C-pillar right here, moved all the way back to this point, which creates almost this bubble looking design. It's almost like a single curvature going from the front over here or from the rear all the way into the front right here, with no really dip for the sedan rear end or dip for creating the hood of the car. So this type of design or approach, I think it suits the van a lot better. It just looks great, this van, and it even has more of a defined hood here as well. As you can see, it goes in from the A-pillar, but the A-pillar kind of dips at the same spot above the front axles right here, but you still have it go back and create a traditional looking van hood. You can't really tell that this is a fully electric EV or fully electric car based on just looking at the proportions of this car. This could be a traditional internal combustion van based on the proportions, but if you look at a Mercedes here, for example, the EQS, you definitely can tell that this is an electric car, because there's no way you can fit all this space, interior space, and at the same time have a big engine in the front and a transmission and everything that comes with an internal combustion car. And another feature that is pretty cool with the EQT is it comes with a rechargeable electric skateboard, which you can plug in, or you can just put it in the back and it recharges itself in the back of the van. And I'm excited to see this come to life into production. And looking at the interior, I think the interior looks beautiful as well. And looking at all the buttons and switches and dials and everything, all the material inside, you can tell that this is very, very close to production. And as we've seen before with electric concepts, it feels like the electric concepts, when they show the concept now, the production version is almost going to look exactly like the concept. And that is super exciting, because you get a whole different vibe from the concepts when you look at them like this. And if they can maintain this vibe going into production, that's what makes this van here exciting. We've seen it with the Audi e-tron GT. I think we're gonna see it with the Hyundai Staria as well, and I hope we're gonna see it with the Hyundai Prophecy as well. If they can take that shape, I know the interior has some joystick or something like that, but if they can take that shape and turn that into the production version of the Prophecy, it's going to be definitely something else. So that's it for this video. Quick little update on the Mercedes EQT. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.